Cloudcast Media.
Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media, and it is always so cool when we have one of my favorite topics on, and it's music and all about music and more about music. Joining us via Musica is Aaron Bullard. He is the Director of Community Partnerships. How you doing there, Aaron?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing just fine, joined by his colleague, Nicole Olsson, Community Program Coordinator and Camp Coordinator. How you doing, Nicole?
Happy to be here. Thanks.
Absolutely. Aaron, how long have you been with Villa Musica?
Coming up on 9 years I've been with this organization. It's been great.
And how about you, Nicole?
4 years, and I mark that as because I started as a summer camp coordinator, so this is my fourth summer with Villa Musica.
That's fantastic. So what's the mission of Villa Musica?
Yeah, absolutely. Pretty straightforward. We make music accessible through education, performance, and community engagement. Right? So we're all about reaching out into the community, making sure that people that want to participate in music have the ability to do so without any barriers.
Yeah. Anybody who loves music, and it's pretty hard to find someone who doesn't love music. There's always a billion types of genres to enjoy. Know what it does for you emotionally, knows what it does for you physically. I'm preaching to the congregation, of course, in this area. Aaron, have you always been into music? Did you play music when you were younger, or you listened to the tunes on you're a lot younger than me. It probably was iPods at the time. We basically had the radio that you had to put the transistor battery in when I was younger.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle there. I definitely had some radio. I knew what cassettes were, at least, even though I mostly had CDs.
Exactly.
I started playing the cello in third grade through my school program.
Fantastic.
Ended up majoring in cello performance at UC Santa Barbara. Came back to San Diego. I'm a native. I know those are getting more and more rare here, I think. But
yeah, you're a gaucho.
Yeah, exactly. And kind of was working my way through various admin roles in nonprofit arts. I've been part of the opera. I've been part of the symphony. In fact, if you call the opera, I'm still the guy on the ticket services voicemail.
Really?
They still use my voice for that. Yeah, it's great.
You got a good voice for it.
Thank you.
You still playing cello?
I still gig around cello. Yeah, I play cello. I sing also around town. Picked up at Villa Musica starting as a cello teacher. That was 2015, and stepped into the community partnerships role shortly thereafter. And slowly, there was more and more admin programming work to do, and I had less and less time for cello teaching, and stepped into the full-time administration role maybe 5 or 6 years ago when it became almost entirely program administration. And I'm really happy doing it. I love kind of being out in the community, supporting the teaching artists, and doing the work there.
Absolutely. How about you, Nicole? When did you start playing music?
Well, I started playing the violin when I was 10 years old in my fifth grade orchestra, and I never stopped. I never put it down. What kept me going is, from the Imperial Valley as the small community of educators and the opportunities that I got being part of a small but flourishing program just got me into teaching, got me into playing and supporting, and that kind of goal just keeps driving me through wherever I go.
Right, you still playing violin?
Absolutely.
So my daughter started playing the violin in fifth grade as well, and was really good at it. Mm-hmm. And then she was actually recruited to be in the junior symphony. She goes, "But Dad, I want to have fun and so forth." I said, "Well, if it's not as fun as it used to be, you certainly need to move on to something else. And obviously, it has to be fun." And she really enjoyed it. In fact, we just dug out her violin from I'm not sure where the heck it was, but not going to give it up just in case she wants to give it to her kids to learn as well. So, how does Villa Musica work? We're going to get to Nicole and the camp programs in a while, but But do you go into the schools? Do the schools come to you? How does that work, Aaron?
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. We have our main campus in Sorrento Valley. That's where kind of Villa Musica started. We were in the very early years. We started in 2005. We were kind of bouncing around between churches and community centers, but we got leased our own building in 2005. And in Sorrento Valley there, we offer private lessons and group classes. Those have a robust scholarship system for needs-based students, but it wasn't too long before our founder and executive director, Fiona Chatwin, realized people can't get to us even though we have scholarships to support them.
Right.
So we started doing work in schools and what we call our satellite system. Our satellite program started in 2014 at the Logan Heights Library. We'd done some work in schools up to then, which was also great, providing access to the community. But those are also restrictive because you have to be a student at that school to participate for obvious reasons, right? So we went to the library, started in Logan Heights Library, so anyone in that community who wanted access to music could sign up for a class. These satellite classes are all free. Not only is the class free, but we provide instruments at no cost to participating students that they get to keep and take home so they can practice for as long as they're enrolled in the programs. We're now in 5 total satellite locations. They are all City of San Diego libraries.
Nice.
And we are, I think our registration numbers this past quarter were 243 students with completely free access to music. It's evolved so that we have the little kids that are barely starting, plucking on their open strings, up to an advanced violin ensemble, as well as a mariachi ensemble that meets weekly and performs. It's multi-generational. We've got some great instruments for their actual mariachi instruments for the students that want to learn on a guitarrón and vihuela. And we go to the community too before we open a new site and ask them what they want, right? We're not here to say, hey, come play the violin because it'll make your life better. We have 12 to 15 options we can offer. So we survey the community, multiple languages, ask when and what they want for their music so that they have a say in the programs that we're offering. And then we do our best to provide whatever the community wants access to.
No, that's great. We're chatting with Aaron Bullard. He's the Director of Community Partnerships for Villa Musica. Is it Villa or Villa? Villa?
It's whichever you want, right?
Okay, good. I'll make up names for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We get both. They're both correct.
Okay, we're going to do it with Villa Musica. How's that sound?
Sounds
Joined
great.
by his colleague, Nicole Olsson, Community Program Coordinator and Camp Coordinator. We'll get to Nicole in a second. I'm Drew Schlosberg, and you're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest-running community podcast. We're now in our 18th year. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union for more than 6 decades, just doing great things for people living in San Diego County. So, Nicole, talk a little bit about what's the camp program about and everything that goes with it.
So our summer camps are just full of opportunity, full of just music and life and richness and fun. We have music adventures camps, which are our most popular camps, and they're the general music camp where students can, between the ages of 5 and 7, explore their first music opportunity. And by the end of our 5 days with them, they are ready to perform a solo on whatever instrument they choose, and they're ready to sing a song, and they're just full of life, full of music, ready to go on into find their next music program at Villa Musica.
Right. So let me ask, so how many different instruments can they choose from? Like 2 million of them, or that, we have about 25, or what's the number?
The ones that sound good when we have 15 kids playing them at once. So I get to have a lot of fun with all the kids that come in, but every day we get to a different instrument. Every day has a different theme. We got recorder day, drum day, we have violin day, guitar day.
Xylophone day? Is there a xylophone?
No.
Not xylophone yet.
Not yet.
Not yet?
Piano day, though.
Okay, good.
Any child would choose a piano probably over a xylophone.
Okay, very good. I don't even know what a xylophone is. I just like the word. So, that's good. Now, do you teach them, I'll start with you on this one, Nicole, and you can add to it, Aaron. Do you teach them how to play the instrument, right? Do you ever get into the songwriting aspect of it?
Yeah, so that's the richness of summer is there's an experience for everybody in our Glee camp,
right,
which is for some of our older students, either late elementary age. where they do experience some songwriting by getting to learn some guitar,
right?
Getting to talk about the songs that they're learning to sing in this Glee choir performance, and then maybe even getting to talk about some of the choreography that goes into the dances that they perform. And all of our camps are just so wonderfully responsive to the students that we have. We have wonderful, wonderful educators and wonderful camp counselors that are just ready to listen to the kids, and maybe if somebody says something really cool the next day, we're like, okay, how are we going to make this work tomorrow? We'll bring it to them.
And that's good. Aaron, so, Nicole was talking about dance and all that. So it's more than just music?
Yeah. We offer, we're primarily based in music, but again, we try to create a environment and experience that is holistic and allows for as much expression. We lean into the social, emotional learning side of the arts, right? So yes, we have teaching artists. In fact, we just did some math for a grant. We have 37 teaching artists on staff right now.
Wow.
We absolutely have the ability to get your child to conservatory, but that is not necessarily always the goal for everybody, right? And we want the students to learn the responsibility of taking care of an instrument, right? The determination they get from having to practice. A lot of the 5 and 6 year olds that start instruments, this is probably the first thing they failed at, right? And that does a lot for the psyche of like, how are you approaching that? Like, what happens when you experience that for the first time in your life? And our teachers are all there to support and encourage them through what is often a really difficult process to start with when we're at such a young age. So we really lean into that movement of creative youth development, and we're all about the experience of music.
Now, do you work with a lot of other groups that are in that space too? One of our frequent guests is with guitars and ukes in the classroom. She's really cool, Kat, to say the least. Did you work with that?
We see them a lot around kind of networking events, like I mentioned, the Creative Youth Development Network. There's the Arrow Arts Education Research Organization, which is run by the San Diego County Office of Education. So they help connect classroom teachers and nonprofits, right? A lot about it is just getting the word out. There are classroom teachers that still don't know about the amazing organizations that are in San Diego that could be supporting them in the classroom, or even how to access the funds necessarily, because the school administrations are already just so swamped, right? I see it every day. And so it's hard for them to find where they can get the support of arts education in the classroom.
Well, it shouldn't be. I worked for San Diego Unified before both you guys were born, I'm sure, and got to be working with Kay Wagner at the time, ran VAPA for city schools. Actually, she became the first executive director of the Children's Museum downtown. And I was in a different part of the central office, more developing curriculum, focusing on reading and all that business. I mean, what a connection between FAPA and every content area. And I pretty much have been saying this for 18 years. If it was up to Drew, you would just teach visual performing arts, because you can teach every single subject. You guys know this better than anybody. We all know math and music go hand in hand, to say the least, And when you talk about dance, you got physical, you got physics, you got physiology, and so forth. Do you go through some of that stuff in your summer camps, too? Do you talk about those things?
Yeah, I would say that we always want to nurture the students that we have on whatever they open the eyes to. If they open their eyes to an instrument, then that's what we're going to encourage them with. But if they open their eyes to maybe writing, you know what I mean? If we sing a song in the morning and they rewrite the lyrics, okay, let's write that down. Let's sing that the next time the song comes around. The biggest thing, though, that we see in our summer camps is they get a better idea of kind of who they are as a person, who they are as a performer. They get to explore having their own voice and realizing that they can create things in maybe a small amount of time, maybe a big amount of time, and it's lovely.
Well, you were a perfect follow-up to our previous interview, the Community Alliance for Youth Success, all about showing kids how to find their purpose. And that they've been doing that for 12 years, and they're laser beamed on that, and what you just described is tied into it. So Nicole and Aaron, we come back from break. I want to talk a little bit about Link Up, what you're doing there, and so forth. And then Nicole, on how people can sign up for the summer camps. Is it too late for this year? And if it is, be ready to get involved earlier than that. And we always save time in the second half of the Spotlight show to ask our listeners, what can they do to support your efforts? Can they volunteer? They contribute instruments? Can they donate money? Can they do all of the above? So give some thought to that when we return with Aaron Bullard, Director of Community Partnerships for Villa Musica, joined by his colleague Nicole Olsson, Community Program Coordinator and Camp Coordinator. I'm Drew Schlosberg, as you've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest-running community podcast. Now in our 18th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union for more than 6 decades. Been doing great things, involved in so many cool topics and cool things in San Diego County. We will be right back.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media. You're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, broadcasting from this cool Mission Fed studio in Scripps Ranch in Mission Fed for more than 6 decades, just raising the bar and doing great things for us folk in so many different areas. It could be in visual performing arts, it could be in literacy, it could be in food insecurity. They're just with us shoulder to shoulder trying to make San Diego a better place to live, play, and work. Joined by Aaron Bullard, Director of Community Partnerships for Villa Musica, joined by his colleague Nicole Olsson, Community Program and Coordinator and Camp Coordinator. Right before break, Aaron, we started talking about this cool thing you do called Link Up. What is it?
Link Up is so incredible. It is a program out of Carnegie Hall. So they share the curriculum that they've developed for free with their partners. And we partner here with La Jolla Symphony. And the idea is that you go into schools and teach kids to sing, play recorder. There's options for a few other instruments as well. But at the end of the year, you bring all the schools together and they play accompanied by the live symphony orchestra, right? So we went in on this with La Jolla Symphony because they've got the orchestra that runs throughout the year, the experience to run that. We've got the network in the classrooms. We were in 22 schools this year for all of our programming. This year we were in 8 schools for Link Up and served over 375 students. We were just under the 400 mark where we were providing this curriculum to the schools throughout San Diego. And so we're bringing them together on May 11th. So we'll have, again, almost 400 students kind of packed in the front of UCSD's Epstein Family Amphitheater. All of their family in tow, orchestra on stage. This is our second year doing it. Last year was the pilot program where we were in 4 schools. And it was just so great to see. The kids were so excited to play with the orchestra, right? They weren't just there to watch. The orchestra would start the show, ba-da-da-da-da, and then 200 recorders went honk, 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 da, da, and singing along. And they were just so excited. It was such an amazing experience because we weren't sure how it was going to go, right? The first time. And then the show started and the kids just went crazy. They were so passionate. They were so into it. Really an amazing, energetic experience. So we're doing it again, almost double the schools, and we want to expand even more next year.
So May 11th, and how does is it a ticketed event?
It is not a ticketed event. It is free to the public.
Okay.
If you want to come check it out. There will be a lot, if the kids show up and they each bring 2-3 family members, we're talking about 1,000 people there already, but you're welcome to come check it out if you're interested in this program. But it is open.
No, that's great. And funding comes from, California Arts Council and NEA and Tippett Foundation and Qualcomm, correct?
Yeah, some big names in the funding. It's a very exciting program.
Yeah. Now, when they go to camp, Nicole, Villa Musica, the camps you do, is there a cost to those? Are they underwritten? Are there scholarships? Sort of a mix of all of those?
So our summer camps do have a pretty wide range of accessibility. So we've got camps for ages 5 to even 17, 18-year-olds. And the camps we have one camp that's completely free.
Right.
And that is our mariachi camp. And that is for students who are currently learning an instrument and
nice
students who maybe are already in our mariachi program in our Logan Heights Library. And that is completely free at no cost to them because we want to continue to give the same access. That's the biggest thing in programming is the continuation of access, and that our programs can extend through the summer. So our summer camp is completely free. The rest, our mariachi summer camp is completely free. The rest of our summer camps are tuition-based on a sliding scale. We offer the financial aid or a scholarship to anyone who asks for it on our needs-based.
And so how many kids will go through summer camp?
Ooh.
A lot.
A lot. Every summer camp has a maximum of 15, except for the mariachi camp. We usually get about 20.
Okay. And is it too late for people to sign up for it now?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
We still have registrations live, and we'll have registrations live about 2 weeks before every summer camp starts. We'll close the registration for that. We got a lot of people coming in, and they don't really, maybe they've never heard about a Villa Musica summer camp before, and they popped in at the last minute, and they're like, oh my gosh, my kid says this is the best summer camp they had all summer. It's better than the Roblox camp they had.
And how do they sign up?
So they can sign up at villamusica.org and find our summer camp tab. And there you'll see our whole offer of camps.
I think once you get the bug of music, I imagine, and so here's someone you see that just sort of, dipped his or her toe in it at age 5. Are they with you for their next 12 years pretty much, Aaron?
A lot of them are, yeah. That's why we have kind of grown the satellite program to have ensembles so they have somewhere to continue to play. We are working on putting together a Where Are They Now program because we've got kids. We've been around since 2005.
Right.
So, our first kids are 1 or 2 years into college at this point. So we definitely are looking to kind of put something together to acknowledge that. But we do see the trajectory and the growth throughout all our programming, for sure.
Right. Are any of them now playing for the Symphony, San Diego?
Not quite yet. Not quite yet.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think a lot of them are in their college years right now, and so we'll see what happens several have gone into music for their college education.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
One of our interns this summer is, he used to be a student at Villa Musica. He used to be a camp student at Villa Musica. He's now a sophomore in college, and he emailed me and said, I would love to come back. What does the summer as an intern at Villa Musica look like? He gave me everything he would need, and he's going to now be one of our camp counselors for the summer, and he's...
Now, the camps are day camps, correct? It's not an overnight, right? And do all the camps culminate with them playing some type of a concert?
Absolutely. So on the Friday of every camp, we have a camp concert.
Nice.
The concert obviously differs based on what the camp is, but everybody comes with the same smile and the same, eyes forward, chest up kind of attitude. I
think that's great. That's the way it should be. I'll put this to you, Aaron. You can jump in it too, Nicole. Obviously, great growth since 2005. Congratulations on it. Where do you see yourself 5 years, 10 years down the road?
Well, we've got some exciting things in the works around that. We are bursting at the seams at our location in Sorrento Valley.
I bet you are.
you might not know it at 10:30 in the morning, but come 2:30 in the afternoon, we've got all our studios are full with lessons, group classes.
Nice.
It's very busy. We have a wait list now, and not places to put many of them.
Right.
So we have been given a big grant by the Prebis Foundation, a series to open up a second bricks and mortar location in East County, San Diego.
Nice.
So we've got support from them to kind of make it happen. We are starting to look in the next few months. It's something we've been researching a lot. We've put a lot of work into kind of doing an analysis because we're here, again, to provide access. We want to make sure we're not going out to step on anyone's toes. We're looking where communities have the least access, and we want to get there so we can provide it to them. So we're looking in the kind of La Mesa towards El Cajon area.
Nice.
To open a soft opening in March of 2025. So we'll be doing all the legwork the rest of this year to open a second facility out in East County where we can provide private lessons, group classes, scholarships, and then from there kind of use that as another staging ground to get to more schools in East County, more satellite programs. So we're on the cusp of some pretty amazing growth.
No, congratulations to both of you on that. So I'll start with you on this, Nicole, and then pivot over to you, Aaron. What can our listeners do to support what you're doing?
Well, they can put their children in our programming. I would love to see more students in participating in our summer camps, especially the older age students. We see a lot of 5 to 7, and
sure,
it's hard to get older elementary age or even middle school age students into the musical support and the musical summer that they need. Would love to see them. If somebody has a teenage aged child over the age of 16, they can be a volunteer.
Nice.
Volunteering goes year round at Villa Musica during the summer. Children can get up to 35 hours of volunteering a week.
Nice.
Even some teaching opportunities there too. I give them a 4-hour training on everything they need to know before facing their first summer camp and being part of a team. And for a lot of them, it's all brand new experience for them.
Great. How about Aaron? What else can we do for you?
Yeah, well, if you've got a violin or guitar collecting dust in your garage, we can put it to use out in the community. Like I said, we've got over 200 students that we provide free instruments to. We let them keep them. We keep track of them, do any maintenance, collect them over the summer. But, we want the quality of the education out in the communities, our free programming, to be the same as if you were coming to pay for it in Sorrento Valley, right? That's one of our really core quality kind of values that we have. So we want the kids to be able to practice. This isn't touch an instrument and then leave.
Right.
And then, of course, financially, if you are inspired by these stories, if you want to see more people in San Diego have access to music, we can make that happen with your support.
That's good. So how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Just go to the website?
Yeah, you can find us at villamusica.org. You can reach out to me. My email is abullard@villamusica.org. And so we'll see where you're most passionate about with your support and how we can put that to use.
Well, would love to have you folks make a return appearance, understatement of the world. And if you don't mind, bring in a couple of the kids who have gone through your program. Have them even bring in the instrument. We do play music on the show. We've had musicians on the show as well. So think about what would be a good time to do that. And maybe in the summer is a good time. Maybe it's not a good time. I'm not sure. But we always love to see the benefit of the programs of the organizations we have in. So Nicole and Aaron, wishing you guys nothing but great success moving forward. And we'll look forward to having you make a return appearance.
Thank you so much. We'd love to be back.
Absolutely. Aaron Bullard, Director of Community Partnerships for Villa Musica, joined by Nicole Olsson, his colleague, Community Program Coordinator and Camp Coordinator. I'm Drew Schlosberg, and you've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest-running community podcast. We're now in our 18th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, doing great things for San Diego County residents for more than 6 decades. We hope you enjoyed the show.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.